Okay, so the first principle, the first value, the first core concept is responsibility. Okay, now a lot of people are allergic to the word responsibility. They think it's it means blame, it means guilt, it means shame. These are completely different words and they mean different things. Okay, the whole purpose of the word responsibility and the concept of responsibility is to give you your power back into your life. Okay? So when I would say you are responsible for your life and what is happening with it, how does that make you feel? Does it make you think, well, no, Alex, because I live in a society and I'm often at the effect of things, of politics, of my family, of my community. You might say, well, things happened to me and they weren't my fault and now I have to deal with things. I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible. The main problem with how society is nowadays, the foundation, is that nobody is taking responsibility for anything. Not just their life, but the things outside of them, right? Their community, their family, their country, their street, their neighborhood. People around them, their friends. It's very simple, yet very confusing. But once you get it, it gives you power. The difference between guilt or fault is we're always trying to get a payback. If, in common terms, when lay people use the word responsibility, what they mean is that person should pay, that person should do something to fix. He's responsible, she's responsible. Those people should do something to fix something that's not working. When I use the sentence, you are responsible, means you are at the core of your life. You are the cause of your life. Now, it doesn't mean that, at least at this level, when we're going to talk about it, I'm not saying that you have caused all the problems in your life. But what I am saying is you have the ability to respond. Okay? Responsibility is a combination of two words. Response, ability. The word response means to take an action when you're at the effect of something, right? You respond when something happens. Somebody told you something, you respond. Now, a different word to respond would be react. Now, if we simplify it in this case, and we're not going to go too much into detail, but the word react usually means unconsciously. Okay, something happens and you react. You say something, you didn't have time to think about it. You shouted at somebody, you pushed somebody, you punched somebody, you swore at somebody. You had a cringy face. Your body shook. That's a reaction. You don't have control over it. Response is a conscious reaction. You bring consciousness and awareness to it. Response. Response, ability. The word ability, when maybe people misunderstand the word ability. When we go into the dictionary definition, is performing a skill, right? God, gonna have to edit it anyway. Could use my notes for this. Right. So, responsibility. When talking about the word ability, when we want to understand the meaning of the word ability, we want to put it in the opposition to the word capability. Ability, capability. Ability, capability. When one is able to do something, means they're able to perform an action. Okay? They're able to perform an action. An action can be performed by that person. Are you able to speak? Are you able to speak? Are you able to shoot a gun? Now, capability is often, more often than not, used to describe achieving a result. Okay? Are you capable of getting something done? So when people think, well, it's not my responsibility because I can't do anything, they're not using the word responsibility properly and they're not understanding the meaning of it. You have an ability to take an action any moment of the day. The ability is there. You can move your body, you can speak. Most actions in the world are performed through you speaking or through you moving your body. Now, whether you have the capability to get a result, that is a different question. And that is up to a debate and up to you proving whether you're capable of achieving things, whether you're capable of getting the results that you said you're going to get. But are you able to perform an action that could potentially yield that result? That's a whole different conversation. So responsibility is just that you can take an action on something, at least something. For example, you're driving a car, somebody drove into you and there's an accident and it's their fault, yet it is your responsibility because you have the ability to respond. And when you truly realize you have that power, you can make a conscious choice whether you want to call the police, sue that person, forgive them, ask them for money and deal with it in that way, or whatever else. But it gives you that power without any damage happening to yourself, right? And there's going to be a lot of negative emotion when things happen. But that is not the point of that conversation. The loss of power happens when we say, I'm not responsible. What you're actually telling yourself, and this is going to come back to power, but you're misusing the language. When you say, I am not responsible, what you're actually saying is, I do not have the ability to respond, which means that you cannot perform an action. You cannot take any action on this case, which is never the case. You can always take an action. Whether you're going to get the result and an outcome as a consequence of that action, we don't know that. And we can debate that, or we can try and see the result, but you can always take an action on anything, okay? There's a volcano eruption in Haiti. I don't know if they have volcanoes there, but anywhere far, far away from you. Are you responsible? It's not your fault this happened. You probably did not blow up a volcano. But are you responsible? Which, the question is, are you able to respond? Can you go on the plane, fly there and help people? Can you send some money? Can you help in other ways? Can you start a fundraiser and ask people to donate? Can you message somebody who lives there and support them mentally? Talk to them. Whether that's going to help or not, that's up to you to decide, or other people, but you can take an action. So you are responsible. What truly understanding the word responsibility gives you power. It grounds you in the fact that you can respond to anything that is happening in the whole world, not just your life, right? And look, the world would be a better place if people were at least responsible for their lives, for their own lives and what's happening to them. But sometimes some people don't want to hear things. And so really this is a message to those who want to expand their power beyond themselves and to the whole world. You are responsible for everything. You have the power to respond to everything. You can take any action at any time to any situation. Political, war, accidents, homelessness. You can respond to positive events as well. You can be happy for somebody having another child or a baby in a different country. You can celebrate a different national holiday. You can celebrate someone else's birthday by yourself. Understanding this distinction is key and crucial to you increasing your power in the world, in the amount of work you can get done. If you want to understand the distinction power, watch that video. It will be one of the next ones. But understand this. The moment you tell yourself, I am not responsible, you lose power. And the worst thing is if something happened to you. For example, you're walking on the street, some random guy punched you in your face, broke your tooth. If you didn't tell him anything, and you never seen him before, and it was a completely random guy, we can all agree it's not your fault. Society will agree, it's not your fault this happened. But whose responsibility is it to fix the damage? Yeah, we can say that person can be responsible for it, but to hold them accountable will be a whole different conversation. You have the ability to respond to that situation right there. You have choices, and you have power. Continuous loss of power happens when people continuously tell themselves that they're not responsible to the events that happen. They constantly put themselves at the effect of life. They diminish the power by saying, I'm not responsible, I'm not able to respond, I'm not able to perform an action, I'm not able, I'm unable, I'm unable, I'm unable, I'm unable. You convince yourself through this speech language hypnosis that you're powerless. And then you ask, how come I can't make anything happen in my life? How come I can't get a job? How come I can't feed my family? How come I can't pay my rent? How come I can't create my business? How come I'm stuck in a 9-to-5? How come I'm stuck in a relationship? How come my children hate me? Stop diminishing your power. Take responsibility now. Thank you for watching.